When we talk about gaskets, we can make any shape or type of gasket from about 12 thousandths thick to any thickness. We actually make a 1/4 inch thick gasket for oil wells. Anything less than 37 thousandths, however, will not be fireproof. What we do is we make our own sheet stock, have the gaskets dinked or laser cut or water jet cut, and supply them. We do have 2 types of gaskets, however, that are very unique. The first started with this and morphed into this. We can do both types. It's called a shim seal or a shim gasket. And this started with Delta Airlines, where they had a very narrow gap with very high pressure. In that kind of a situation, you either blow out your gasket or it extrudes. It's just very difficult to hold a rubber gasket in place. What we did is we take anywhere from a 1 to a 10 mil metal shim and put a single ply of our material on either side. We do only a single ply for the best shear strength. You now have a metal gasket with all the properties of a rubber gasket. It seals like rubber, it acts like rubber, but it has the strength of metal. It cannot extrude, it cannot blow out, it's just very simple. And that has worked for it. We actually make an 88-hole half-moon gasket for a company, and they were able to hold the shape even with all those bolt holes. The second unique gasket started out like this for Honeywell. Plumbing firewalls is very labor intensive. It takes sometimes hours to take wire bundles apart, feed them through, put back all the stuff. They don't seal well, and they're not always fireproof. Honeywell was spending a great deal of time trying to develop their fireproofing materials for plumbing, and they finally came to us and asked us to take over the development. And what we came up with, we call a gator mouth for obvious reasons. This is a single fastener access that allows you to slide things in or out without taking things apart. It has worked for many years. This was the first shape that Honeywell needed, and this was the thickness. That has moved to this, which is one of our favorite parts. Every single wire bundle has a single fastener access. This was for Learjet. They wanted all their wire bundles through a single faceplate. So we developed this part. And you notice the thickness is far less because we don't need that kind of buildup unless there's a reason for packing a hole. However, then Learjet came to us after this was developed and said they're very concerned that the firewall is sharp and it will cut their wire bundles. So we made a sleeve for each hole, which naturally are all different sizes. But these sleeves also open, so it stays single fastener access. And these have been very successful. Most of our customers now simply give us their desired performance and their envelope, and we do the design for them. So again, any type of gasket is very doable. We do a lot of asbestos replacement for high temperature. We can do it bare glass outside or to eliminate any kind of crazing or flaking into a system. And there's basically no limit to the configurations. And next we'll talk about ducting.